Hey, welcome to 209coach.com. I want to do a video for you here on a video regarding hitting off your back leg versus hitting off your front leg. Now this video right here hopefully will help you if you're struggling with your swing, because I have found that players that hit off their back leg, they literally have more time to see the ball. You're not lunging. You have the ability to literally produce a very elite swing like you see with some of the best players in the world. Now on the left we have Juan Soto, and on the right we have Christopher Morel. Now watch what's going on right here on the left with with Juan Soto. He's at the apex of the gather right here. Watch this and watch what he does. Basically what he does, he just stays on that back leg and is pretty much just sticking that leg out there or hovering it out there. In other words, he's not lunging. See that? It's a very simple move where all he's doing, and watch how his head stays back. Okay, now this is again hitting off the back leg. Now the way you want to do this is as you lift your front leg, you want to feel immediately like your back pocket is going towards the pitcher. You want to feel like 100% of your weight is on your back leg. Again, you can see it's very obvious. This is where he is at the apex of the gather. Watch where he is at toe touch. You can see that his head has hardly moved at all at toe touch. Okay, now that in comparison to hitting off your front leg. Now watch what's going on here on the right with Christopher Morel. He's also at the apex of the gather. Watch what he does as he starts to swing. You can see that he's moving his body forward. His head has transferred quite a bit in comparison to Juan Soto. You can see here that as he starts to swing, as he starts to get into his swing, you can see that he's definitely going to hit more off the front leg. Okay, more off the front leg. Now if I draw a circle here, you can see here with Juan Soto, his head has moved maybe 1 inch from where he was at the apex of the gather. And over here with Christopher Morel, you can see here that his head has transferred pretty much close to a foot. Okay, now think about this logically. If you're doing what you see Juan Soto doing on the left, and a ball's coming at him 100 miles per hour, he can basically sit here and wait for the ball. In other words, by he staying back, the ball is not going to creep up on him any faster by staying back. He's going to just let the ball come to him, get into his torso tilt as he gets into his toe touch, and he's able to explode from here. Now in comparison, if you are hitting with the lunge, now think about this logically. If you're lunging and just say you're facing someone again throwing 100 miles per hour, now that ball is going to be look a lot faster coming at you if you're moving towards the ball. Okay, moving towards the ball instead of staying back and waiting for it. Now the advantages of hitting off the back leg is tremendous, because not only are you being able to wait in comparison to what's going on in the right, where you're not only lunging forward and hitting off your front leg, you're going to end up struggling a lot more doing what you see here on the right, because the ball, again, is going to come at you much quicker, much higher velocity, and it's going to affect the way you hit, because your hands will drag across your body. Now again, pay attention on the right. Watch what he's doing right here. Watch how his hands are being pulled down across his body right here. Again, watch what's going on the right. Notice how his hands are being pulled down across his body, where you can see it's very obvious that on the right, his swing is pretty much coming down like this in an angle, cutting across his body, which is very typical of people who hit off their front leg. Now pay attention to what's going on the left with Juan Soto. Watch what he's doing here. Because he's staying back and he's applying great pullback, the bat starts to work in an orbit where everything is working more now in a manner kind of like this, in an upward manner, not cutting across his body like this. Now, if we look also at the benefits of what Juan Soto's doing on the left, watch what's going on with him right here. As he gets into his swing, again, staying on his back leg, he's sticking his leg out there. Now watch his upper body, what he's doing. Watch how well he applies the pullback. Notice how he stays back, and as he gets his leg out there, the back elbow is working up, back, and behind him, up, back, and behind him. So you can see here, as he gets here to his toe touch, he has a beautiful angles right here at toe touch. You can see he has a shoulder to elbow look where everything is pointing pretty much in the direction of the shortstop. Now pay attention to what happens over here on the right. because of the lunge and everything, and he's letting his body go forward. Notice his bat, how his bat starts to work in the wrong direction, where Juan Soto's bat works from being like this to working like that. In other words, his bat starts to work more towards the field as he goes forward, where Christopher Morel's bat, because he's leaking his load, he's not applying good pullback, his bat starts to work backwards towards the catcher. You see that? Now pay attention to Christopher Morel's back elbow as he strides. His back elbow, instead of working up, back, and behind him, it starts to work down into a side. Down into a side. When you do this, you start to lose a lot of power. You lose a lot of torque. Again, if you watch what's going on too with the lower body, you can see that he's not getting that hip coil. Watch as he gets into his toe touch. You can see that his belt buckle is facing in this direction, where Juan Soto at toe touch, his belt buckle is facing in this direction. If you do what Juan Soto does, you can ride out that coil, okay? You can ride out that coil and just stick your front leg out there where you're still able to stay back. Again, with that back pocket working towards the pitcher, you're able to control your stride. You're able to stay back. That along with the pullback. The pullback is crucial because that also is a brake mechanism to keep you from lunging forward. Again, watch this great move here with Juan Soto. All he does here from the apex of the gather, all he's basically doing is just sticking his leg out there, and as he gets into his forward move, again, also pay attention to his back elbow, how it works back and behind him as he pretty much sticks his leg out there. So from here, all he has to do is that torso tilt, apply the pullback, maintain it, and watch how that top hand works from facing down to facing up immediately, where the knob starts to work in an upward manner. Therefore, the bat will drop into the path of the pitch immediately, giving you the opportunity to catch up to a lot of very, very high velocity fastballs. In comparison to on the right, when you start to lunge like this, okay, when you start to kind of lunge like this, watch what happens here. You can see here with his bat speed, you can see that the blur in the back of his bat is going to be more around here, where with Juan Soto, his bat speed, his blur is much further back because of everything he is applying. Now, one thing I would recommend for you to do is when you're working on your swing, just make sure that as soon as you lift your front leg, immediately get your back pocket to work towards the pitcher. Really feel that coil where you're really getting a very good lower body coil like Juan Soto here. Simultaneously, as you're getting that back pocket work towards the pitcher, let your back elbow work up, back, and behind you. Up, back, and behind you. Now, when you get to toe touch, immediately, not heel plant, at toe touch, apply that torso tilt with the pullback, and you will have the ability to get tremendous bat speed behind you. Let the lead elbow work up to the height of the mouth. Keep the barrel below the hands, and this will give you a lot more success than applying what you see here on the right. When you start to lunge and you hit off your front leg, the hands will drag across the body. You will get late bat speed. Now pay attention with what he's doing. Notice how his lead elbow at the point of contact, his mouth is right here, his elbow is right here. See the difference? His bat is working more kind of like this, okay, like this, where watch what's going on with Juan Soto. As he starts to swing, and I'll just go ahead and draw a line right here where his mouth is right here. Watch how his lead elbow starts to work up to the height of the mouth. This is what you see with the best players in the world. The lead elbow works up to the height of the mouth, stays there, and he hits to and through the ball, where everything goes in a beautiful orbit. Now again, if you look on what's going on the right, when you hit off your front leg, you're going to see that your tendency is going to be for your hands to drag across your body. Your elbow is going to drop below your mouth, therefore giving you a very flat swing. Watch this swing right here. It's kind of like a slap. Notice the difference between this and what's going on here on the left with Juan Soto. There's a big difference as far as the look, okay? Notice how the body right here with Juan Soto, he has a beautiful tilt right here. His torso is tilting back, where what we see here with Christopher Morel, his torso is kind of almost leaning forward, okay? You don't see that look like you see with the best players in the world where they have kind of an angle like this. With Christopher Morel, he has what I call a jackknife swing where his body is more like this, okay? So I hope you like this video. I hope you learned something. Hit off that back leg, everyone out there, and apply what I just said. I promise you, you will get better and have greater opportunities to catch up to high velocity fastballs and elite pitching. Thanks for watching, and please give me a like. Thank you so much.